Let's start with the NFL. Listen, I'm not here to complain. In fact, I never want to complain. I saw somebody say the other day that the quickest way to an improved life is to not complain. So I'm not here to complain. It was amazing to have a full weekend of football and a full Sunday of the Shield. Like, I'm still swimming in dopamine. I am still fired the hell up. I'm all those things, despite having to sit through what I sat through last night, Giants v. Cowboys. Man, that game was as horrendous as the rest of the weekend was amazing. Well, maybe not for Cowboy fan. Cowboy fan had one of the best nights they've had in quite some time. Cowboy fan had one of the best nights ever. Giant fan, on the other hand, had one of the worst nights ever, and the rest of us were just bored to tears. I mean, seriously, G-Men, the hell was that? Does somebody want to go tell the football giants that the regular season has actually started? Because I'm still not sure they realize it, even after getting their asses absolutely handed to them in their own house by their arch rivals last night. That had to have been one of the most hideous and least competitive primetime games I have ever seen. Maybe the worst ever Sunday night opening week game ever. Frankly, the whole thing made me want to pull a Saquon and say, F you to the Giants.
F you to the Giants.
I've never really felt like that. In fact, if I'm being honest, I still feel like that.
F you to the Giants.
Bleep you to the Giants.
F you to the Giants.
Way to keep it within 40, G-Men.
40!
Thanks, Alvy. But hey, at least it was good to see Danny Turnovers doing a classic Danny Turnovers in prime time. Said nobody ever. Please stop making us, or please stop doing this to us, NFL. Please stop making us watch Daniel Jones in prime time. Nobody is asking for this. Nobody wants this. Not even Giants fan wants this. Because Giants fan knows exactly how it's going to go. Badly. Really badly. Giants fan, hell, anybody with a working memory knows it never goes well. Because Daniel Jones is 1-10 now in primetime games. And I feel like his play is more painful than the record itself. And the record is 1-10. It is a brutal watch. And if you're looking for the dime and the Giants to take the next step this season, I've already seen enough to know after one game, that's not going to happen. They're not taking the next step this season. I'm sure Giants fan is thrilled that they locked this dude down, however. I'm sure Giants fan is thrilled about that 4-year, $160 million contract right about now. Nothing like rewarding your franchise player, by the way, for throwing you a gigantic pile of money and then showing up and taking a gigantic dump in your pants in week one.
You have a big dump in your pants.
Co-signed by Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. Seriously, it was almost like the worst thing that could have happened was these NFL quarterbacks, the face of the franchise types, getting taken care of. I mean, I know you had to, right? You have to. But look what happened as soon as they got their bag. Nothing good. But I do have to throw some credit to the Cowboys for actually showing up for a football game last night and then beating their rivals' ass in their own house so badly that we were all thinking the same exact thing halfway through the third quarter. Somebody throw the damn towel. Where is the ref to stop this fight? The Cowboys were on top of the unconscious Giants, raining hammer fists on them. They were already out cold. I damn well thought somebody might die in the cage last night. There was almost an entire half of garbage time in this game.
Garbage.
Although I could also argue that the entire game was garbage because the Giants never showed up, which is why I was so surprised to hear Brian Daboll, who I like. But I was awfully surprised to hear Brian Daboll get so colorful after the game, describing his team's great effort. Maybe you should, Dabes. Maybe you should question that. Because if that is what, quote, balls out effort looks like from your team, then your team is going to have a miserable time this season. If balls out effort got you beaten 40-0, the hell kind of year are you going to have? You know what I think? You know what I think when I think balls out effort?
Balls out effort.
Well, first things first, I want you to call it anything other than balls out effort.
Balls out effort.
But if I have to think about balls out effort, then the last thing in the world I'm thinking about is the New York Giants last night. You lost 40-0. And that was balls out effort?
Balls out effort.
Damn. What happens if they ever come out flat? And that was more than just a straight ass whooping. That was a straight historical ass whooping. Check this data out. That was the largest shutout win in the history of the Cowboys. It was the second largest margin of victory ever in 122 games against the Giants. There has not been an ass-kicking this enormous in this rivalry since 1966. All of that data with your so-called balls-out effort.
Balls out effort.
But if you ask Micah Parsons, he knew it was coming. You could say he put the Giants through the sissy challenge last night, and they failed. They got an F-. And then after the game, it was almost like my guy Micah was channeling a reinvention project ep. How do you not love this dude? I love this dude, and he called me a sissy. This dude is freaking legit. Legit. In every which way. He only had one sack, but it still felt like he was ruining and blowing up every single play. Even though it felt like he was double teamed on every single play. And he wasn't the only one flying around on that defense. That whole defense was flying around on defense. They were trying to make a statement, and they succeeded in making that statement on the field. And then Michael laid it out after the game, just in case anybody somehow missed it and needed to hear it. They might be the best defense in the National Football League. However, the Giants made a statement of their own. The Giants definitely did their damnedest to make the statement that A, Dallas is the best defense in the entire National Football League, and that we may have the worst offense in the entire football league, National Football League. Listen, the Jets will have a chance to make a similar statement tonight defensively. But if the Giants were looking to send a statement of their own, they may have. That they might be the worst offense in the National Football League. If that was the statement they were looking to send, message received. Hey, listen, I won the bet. And it's always nice to win the bet at the end of the weekend. You want to end on a good note, especially if you don't have a good weekend. My weekend was aight. James Kelly had a really good weekend. Mine was aight. I won the bet as I rolled with Dallas. But it certainly wasn't a big enough win to make me feel good about those 3+ hours of my life that I lost and I will never get back. And if that's the way I feel, Giants fan, how the hell do you feel right about now? And if your head coach is saying that was a balls-out effort by our team, then how are you feeling right about now? You lost 40-0. How can you feel any other way other than like crap right now? Well, I can tell you how. Imagine how much worse you're going to feel if your hated crosstown rival puts on a show tonight. What if the Jets do that? Because y'all just took the ultimate dump in your pants last night with the entire nation watching.
Balls out effort.
I'm telling you. Elsewhere, the only player who I think can empathize and sympathize with Daniel Jones was Geno Smith. Terrible loss to the Rams at home. Who saw that coming? Not me. I'll own that. I bet the Hawks. Not only did I bet the Hawks, freaking Seattle always does me. Seattle baseball, Seattle football, Seattle anything, really. I didn't see that coming. Not only did I not see that coming, I bet the Hawks, and that was one of the few games I felt pretty good about. Honestly. I'm sure Geno felt the same way. Imagine Geno. Geno's like, all right, Geno, back to pass. Going, thanks, Alvy. I like that. Nice touch. Geno, back to pass. Going through his progressions like, okay, Lockett's covered. Protection, not too bad. DK, about to cut inside. Why the hell is there a freight train on the field? Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to be the first to know when we do upload a new video.